Hello and welcome. It is me, the Proximus Regent. I'm back. How is everyone doing? So, I am still diligently working on this coveted discard deck that I believe so dearly will work in my heart. We've made some adaptations, some modifications, and we're hoping to get some expirations of the opponent. So, we're in a bit of a tough spot. This guy is whacking us pretty hard. Let me put in my headphones to avoid any feedback. Alright. So, there we hit our 4th mana. That's good. We're 1 mana away from Elspeth Conquered Death. We've got Lurrus of the Dream Den. So, I do think it's prudent to get down Fiend Artisan, and that way, next turn, if he survives, we can sack a creature and get a Luminous Brood Dude. We can most likely... So we go like a this, go like a this, go like a this, and we go like a this. Then what's he got? Can't see over the stupid thing. He's got an armory of the Renmerper. We go no attacks. Bring back the Yarok. And discard another card. So far we've got rid of 3 of his cards in exile and about 2, but he's also played a lot of instants and sorceries, and that's how he's pumping up his Fairy Vandal from a 1/2 to 4/5. So today on our stream, we will be talking about the coolest CIA spy stories. Are you fascinated by spy stories? Then you'll love this collection of unusual tales from our archives. Find out the secrets that made Area 51 so mysterious. Meet one of the real-life inspirations for James Bond. Discover what happened to James Donovan, the main character from the Hollywood blockbuster Bridge of Spies, after the events in the film. These and many other cool spy stories are waiting for you right here on the Proximus Regent podcast. Or whatever the heck this is. So, Goofy Gooferson, we don't have another white mana or planes to produce a white mana. So, we are going to take a Fenler. We're going to pay 4, which is a total of 5. Auto pay. Choose a Fenlurker. Get rid of it. And we're going to... Oh, interesting. Yeah, let's... That was a bit of a big mess up on my end. But anyways, we'll exile another Fenlurker. I don't think we're going to survive, though, to be honest. I think we just lost the game. Kind of forgot about how important it was to gain a little life there. Forces discard. And all he gets rid of is another... Oh, the Murmuring Mystic. He's got an instant sorcery, and that's game, folks. Pumps his creature up. We'll be nice and concede. And go to the next game. So, let's think. What do we want to read about today? Oh, yeah. Mayday over Moscow, the Francis Gary story. U2 at Groom Lake. Oh, that sounds good. Spies in the Night. Trigon. Alright, I know this deck's gonna work. I just gotta learn how to pilot it better. I think I've got it nice and speedy with the right removal. You'll believe it or not, that looks like a keeper. Oh, offices of the CIA clandestine services. Learn how the CIA is organized in directories of the key offices responsible for securing our nation. Let's check that out. Let's give that a look-see. See what's going on down there. Yeah, what do you want here? Definitely gonna need a black mana. Or it's a swamp that produces black mana. We have plains that produce white mana. We have islands that produce blue mana. We have mountains that produce red mana. And we have forests that produce green mana. Oh, internship career values. Wouldn't that be cool to work for the old CIA? Let's get the discard party started. All right. Oh, there's a black cat in my backyard. Meow. Let's see what their mission is. Accountable to the President, Congress, and the American public, the mission of Directorate of Operations, the DO, is to strengthen national security and foreign policies, objectives through the clandestine collection of human intelligence, HumInt. There's all sorts of int out there, which is short for intelligence and covert action. A very interesting one you might want to look into currently is SIGINT. That's signal intelligence. Anything that blows through the wind or flies through the air that goes into space or bounces back is being tracked. Started with electrons, photons, radio signals, and now it's just all information about your daily life and what you do. Are you going to be the next CIA agent, or are you going to be the next person who is being viewed by that covert clandestine operator? All right, what card do we play here? Let's go with the rat. Science and Technology. The Directorate of Science and Technology, DS&T, is one of the major components whose employees carry out the CIA's missions. The DS&T brings experience to solve our nation's most pressing intelligence problems. Technology so advanced, it's classified. Whoa! Alrighty. Don't forget, we are streaming to Facebook. That's Proximus Regent's Facebook page. We are live on YouTube and also Twitter. A lot of these are, kind of in the current state of being updated. A lot of it's new, so don't worry about it. Just enjoy the feed. And most of the time, there's a Discord link up there. So if you want to be part of the show, come join. Have a little fun. Say hi. Don't be bashful. So, friends from all over the world. Hey, that's Carrie Lee Knights out there throwing up a like just about an hour ago in one of the new videos. We really appreciate it. The goal here is to start a community of friends, people who enjoy hanging out, people who enjoy talking, just having fun, Come to the Discord, post your pictures, talk about Zelda, talk about Magic the Gathering, talk about clandestine CIA operations, whatever you want to do, whatever gets you that fire in your belly, makes you feel interested about life. We're here to satiate that, make you feel wanted, loved, cared about. Spent a lot of time in my life feeling the opposite of that, and it's kind of my goal in life to hopefully better others through kindness. POK, everybody. Nope, that's not it. PTK. You'll find out what that is soon enough. PTK. And if you don't know, it's okay. We'll teach you. Yeah, so basically he's top decking now, which is very good for us. Got rid of some of his best cards and his removal. But he is gaining life at an inordinate speed. Is it unordinate? Is it inordinate? Inordinate sounds right. So we're going to let him do the damage because we want to save our creatures to sacrifice them. And get permanent. What this guy does is stuff that's fun. Let's find these cool stories. Let's go to the home. Library. Freedom of Information Act, Electronic Reading Room. Interesting. Whoa! Do UFOs fascinate you? Are you a history buff who wants to learn more about the Bay of Pigs, Vietnam, and the A-12 ox cart? Have stories about spies always fascinated you? You can find information about all of these topics more at Central Intelligence Agency, Freedom of Information Act, FOIA, Electronic Reading Room. Let's post a link up there for all of you wonderful people into the Discord. What you will see pop up in the live stream in the top right corner. Okay, so we're going to play this land. We're going to trigger this guy. He's triggered. We're going to pay 4. We're going to tap all that mana, produce the mana. We're going to sacrifice a Fenlurker. And this guy gets powerful when there's more creatures in the graveyard. Ooh. I really think... Let's see. What do we do here? What do we do? Yeah, we definitely get down, nope, not that one. Where is he? There we go. We get down to Mothra, a.k.a. a luminous brood moth, and when any of these creatures that don't have flying die, they come back as flyers. So that's a lot of fun. It's pretty cool. I'm excited to see what we can do there. We'll go in for a little attack, and hopefully next turn what we'll do is we'll kill everything on the battlefield, and this guy will bring him back as flyers, forcing a bunch of discard and things. We'll see. Might not go our way. Maybe it will. Trample and lifelink. Put a sacrifice bless and destroy each non-land permanent with converted mana cost equal to the number of charge counters in Blast Zone. Wow. So he's going to pay 3. He doesn't have 3 open. I think. He doesn't have anything weird. So we block. We bounce off each other. Play another land. Oh, well, I could have done that different. Probably should have kept it in my hand, but go next. All attack. 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, and so I'm trying to decide. Yeah. Then we wipe the board, kind of reset, get his creature off there. He's gonna have to replay a creature. We do lose the Brood Moth, or also known as Mothra Supersonic Queen. If he had any cards in hand, he would be discarding them, though. I think we gain the life right now. It's a tough one. Yeah, we gain the life. It probably would have been better to scry, just to see, get any lands out of our way that we needed, but... Oh yeah, let's get back to our super fun stories. Hey, he didn't like what was gonna happen there. Getting closer to getting this deck that actually works. In the beginning, it didn't. my goal is to get to level 72 of mastery and then spend the gems on it so that, what is it? Level 72 is where you're going to have a total of 600 gems rewarded to you. That means you're only paying 2,800 for this product, which is a huge boost in your packs, your gold, just your overall. We're going to try it out. Let's see. If you actually click on it, I show this like every stream because this is kind of my goal here. This is what you get. Geez, it might be 800 that we get if we hit 72. So let's see. The orbs I don't really care about. It just doesn't do it like all that does is cosmetics. It gives you cards that look different. Same thing here. So we're gonna get 20, 30. 37 cosmetic cards, but what really matters here are the packs. 2, 4, 6, 10, 13 packs, 8 mythics, and then you get a draft token, which is nice. So, and then you get all these little creatures. That doesn't matter. You do get free sleeves. 3,500 gold in itself is, worth it for events and things like that. So we'll see. I've never really spent a lot of money on this game. It's kind of not something that I see as a necessity. But now that I have been looking at the Mastery Pack, it's something that looks pretty good. How to file a Freedom of Information Act. Harry Truman was the first U.S. president to receive a daily intelligence digest. Old Truman, the Truman Show. At his direction, the daily summary began production in February 1946 and continued until 1951. Truman was pleased with the product and surveyed group commissioned by the National Security Council. In 1949, was critical of daily summary and issued several recommendations to improve it. The new and improved version, called the Current Intelligence Bulletin, began production in 1951 in February. Renamed the format of the President's Daily Digest through Dwight Eisenhower. Let's pick a card here. Good. We've got some removal, some sack outlets, and discard. Oh, I see. These decks are pain in the butt. Enters tap, so we don't lose the life. Central Intelligence Bulletin from 58 to 61 grew longer, and its predecessor over time addition, more options, more analysis would eventually. Basically, Amazon is now what you see there. That's what you get every day. Every day, all day. You go Yarok, Fenlurker, force the discard. The Sword and Shield, the Mitrokin Archive, and the Secret History of the KGB. That seems fun. Operations Espionage. Milt Bearden and James Risen, the main enemy. This is all, what, required reading when you join the CIA? Let's go back. Let's read some of those interesting stories. It is a little difficult to bounce back and forth between the stories and gameplay, but we'll get there. We'll get there. Oh, what do we want to play here? Let's get a Castle Ardenvale down. Get another card out of this guy's hand, because I think he's low and fast, meaning he's got small creatures that come out and do a reasonable amount of damage. But that's a pain in the butt. I can't gain life, and he can make a couple more of these little dumb creatures. So But we will be blocking with the rat. We get rid of that spit scorcher, because it throws a little more damage than we like to see. Alright, let's get down this mana. Wow, you can really dance. So now we have a reasonable blocker, and we just pass the turn. And we can get rid of his Tybalt or another creature next turn. Let's see. Let's look at what's open. Browse jobs by category. If you need a reasonable accommodation for disability during the application process, please call 866-237-7221. The Ability Talent Broker or someone from the agency's reasonable accommodation staff will contact you. Don't contact us. We'll contact you. Does he attack? He attacks. This is unblockable, but we spend our Divine Arrow, which throws 4 damage at it. He doesn't have a card for us to discard. We do have a creature in there, so this will make his life just more difficult. We don't do too much life gain here. Oh, we just make a little creature? I think we just make a little creature here. Let's think that through. Yeah, I think we want... No, wait. We got a little creature. Basically, want to save this in case he plays something more annoying. So we can play this card, and then I can play things from the graveyard, but they have to be permanents. This will let me return a creature or planeswalker from the graveyard as well. We play Luris. And, yeah, we get this Fenlurker out of there. And, next turn, I think we play the Elspeth and get rid of the Tybalt, just so we can, uh-oh, that's not good. So every time he attacks, so he's going to throw 4 damage right over the top of me, which is okay. So I think we just take damage, believe it or not. Is this thing to... So we block... No, we definitely block and get rid of this guy. And block and we get rid of this guy. And we let these dingleberries hit. That kind of offsets some of the damage we took. Here we go, my turn. Play another land. This is actually a better play, because we play this. We get rid of his Cavalcade. Oh, no, I guess exile target permanent opponent controls and convert mana cost 3 or less. Did I accidentally click that? I really wanted to get rid of that. Anywho, that's not the best play for us, to be honest. Though we do go full attack. Gain life with Luris. And then, yeah, we play a blocker from the graveyard. These are going to do more damage than I'd like. There we go. Featured story. So we block there. Get this guy off the field. I've got a feeling he's going to hit me directly with the damage, or he's going to take out another creature. Yeah, he takes out my token. Oh, interesting. Huh. Where did it go, George? Wow. Is that in the graveyard? I believe that's in his graveyard. Yes. So, next turn we'll be able to bring a creature back for free. Also with this. I almost feel like I'd like to... This is a tough one. Just attack. Not getting rid of that Cavalcade was really a pain in the ass. This is a weird play, but that's how it's going down. End turn. We can block with Luris again, gaining us some more life. "60 years ago today, at a meeting of the United Nations Security Council, the UNSC, and in front of a captivated global audience, U.S. Ambassador to the United States Henry Cabot Lodge Jr. unveiled a shocking piece of Soviet subversion." Yes, that's right. You lose. And we're happy to have anybody out there watching. Don't forget, this is the Proximus Regent community of wonderful and awesome people. We really appreciate everybody out there who throws up that like. And, don't forget, you can jump into the Discord at any time. I will always, like I do, repost the link. We'll put it up right now on the Facebook. And... there we go. It's in the YouTube. You'd actually have to type it up. It's not an actual link. Let me find the video. My channel. Oh, jeez. I always forget to change... Oh, jeez. I always forget to change the thumbnail. What a pain in the ass that is, huh? Doesn't really matter. Someday I'll get my streaming act together. Just adding tons of random people to my Proximus page. Hope that some bored folks will watch and enjoy. Oh yeah, let's play another game. This deck is something. So, shocking piece of Soviet subversion. One that confirmed for the public a spy versus spy game that would come to define intelligence for the next 3 decades. Ambassador Lodge had explained to the other members that the United States has discovered a Soviet listening device planted in the office of the U.S. ambassador of the Soviet Union's residence. So the ambassador, the guy who hangs out in the Soviet Union, who says, "Hey, I'm here to represent America." They found some sort of this giant listening device, described as a late 40s Trojan horse. The listening device, commonly referred to as a bug, was disguised in a wooden carving of a Great Seal of the United States, and in 1945 was presented to the U.S. ambassador to the Soviet Union, W. Avril Harriman, as a gift to the one-time World War II ally. How's about that? Oh, goody. This is a tough hand. I don't think we can keep it, even though we have some removal, and we could play that. This is a fun card. That's a better keeper. Ooh, I think we're going to need the board wipe, but having the moth is nice. So, the seal was hung in the office of the ambassador's residence, where it remained until its discovery in 1952. Wow. It was disguised in the wooden carving grace of the United States, and in 1945 was presented U.S. So it was in there for 7 years. 7 whole years. They were listening to the Americans and not knowing where they were coming from. Left, right, then left. I don't know, comrade. Wow. Oh man, that guy's name was Comrade. That's a freaking trip. Wow. That's hysterical. Hey, the CIA plays Magic the Gathering. Good to know. Let's see what we earned here. Ooh, not that great. Like I said, we're just grinding to try to get to level 72 of the Mastery Pass to make it worth it. It is difficult to determine exactly what and how much information has been compromised in those 6 years, but one can assume that its placement in the ambassador's office afforded the Soviets access to a great deal of privileged information. Just like your cell phone. How it worked through hidden listening devices were in their infancy. This is 1940s. No battery packs. It had to be direct wired. I mean, microphones that could probably hear, like, I don't know. Everything must have been scratchy. Just the way that there was no computer chips to compress the sound, there was just no fancy stuff. There was no fancy stuff. It was hard work, kids. These guys had to go in and make a special carving and then put a listening device that nobody would find who was looking for it. And they didn't find it for 7 whole years. I wonder if the thing, like, started smoking or some shit. Though hidden listening devices were in their infancy, in the late 1940s, they were unheard of. No. What made this operation truly unique was the technology which allowed it to function undetected and without an external power source for years on end. There we go. That's how... I knew it. I called it. I said all those things, and then I read it. Yeah, I'm smart. I got stuff in my brain. And, okay, so the novel device is known as a passive repeater. It had no power source of its own, no batteries, and no wire, which may have led to its discovery. Instead, the device would be illuminated by a high-frequency signal, which would be beamed in from a car parked outside. Instead, the device would be illuminated by a high-frequency signal, which is beamed in car parked outside of the ambassador's residence. Once illuminated, the device would be able to transmit sound waves detected in the room to an external receiver. Are you chitting me? Wow, maybe I should play Mind Rot. Maybe not. I already get to discard plenty of cards. Let's go... Let's get rid of this one. And let's get rid of this one. Yeah, let's do that. And then we'll play Luris next turn. No, we will play Charming Prince next turn. No, we won't. Wow, we screwed up. Wow, okay. What a crazy... Let's look this up. What's it called? Instead of high frequency signal... No, what's it? A passive repeater. Okay. So we finally come up against another discard deck. Unless he kills Luris, we kind of in business. We'll be okay. He might play another Mind Rot though. But there goes my card. Okay. Pay the 2 life. Get the Supersonic Queen down. Attack for 1. Is a reflective or sometimes refractive panel. Wow! Every card I ever loved in my whole life. So we're just gonna attack. Hopefully he tries to play the discard, we'll flash in our 3/3. Whenever an opponent draws a card, he deals 1 damage to that player. Destroy target creature, its controller. Draws 2 cards. That is derogative. I mean, I wouldn't mind having 2 cards. He's probably going to try to destroy his own creature. Gets rid of Mothra. Flashing this guy. We lose Mothra, but we get 2 cards. We lose 2 life. That's okay. He's got nothing left on his turn. The clever design of this device gave it potentially limitless operational lifespan and proved to be extremely difficult to detect. It wasn't until thorough technical surveillance sweep in 1952 during the ambassadorship of George Kennan that the device was discovered. So it didn't need batteries, didn't need to transmit. All it did is the guys, I want to see how what they use to beam this sucker. Alright, what does he do? Whenever opponent draws a card, okay, that's fine. Lose a life, play a card. Need a mana still to play. And combat, get rid of this guy. Swing for 1 there. Maybe I should, no, that's probably the best play. Bang, boom. So... parabolic antenna and leading it through a waveguide to a second parabolic antenna where it is radiated for passive microwave relay. Oh, that's not fucking nice. I probably should have. Oh, this guy's a discard champion, but unless he can kill my creatures, things get a little tough for him. That's been my whole thing, is finding discard where I can also build up a battlefield. That has been the big journey here. This used to work, this little robot reader.
A passive repeater or passive radio. A passive repeater or passive radio link deflection is a reflective or sometimes refractive panel or other object that assists in closing a radio or microwave link, in places where an obstacle in the signal path blocks any direct, line-of-sight communication. Compared to a microwave radio relay station with active components, a passive repeater is far simpler and needs little maintenance and no on-site electric power. It also does not require additional frequencies, unlike active repeater stations which use different transmit and receive frequencies to prevent feedback. The corresponding disadvantage is that without amplification the return signal is significantly weaker. Passive radio relay link deflection systems in the vertical level can be realized by receiving the signal with a parabolic antenna and leading it through a waveguide to a second parabolic antenna, where it is radiated. For passive microwave radio relay link deflections in the horizontal plane, flat surfaces of metallic material are used, arranged so that the angle of incoming beam corresponds to the angle of the outcoming signal. The resulting structure resembles a billboard. Similar systems are used also occasionally for TV relay transmitters or as tunnel transmitters. In these cases, a Yagi antenna receives the transmitted signal and supplies it by way of a coaxial cable to a second Yagi antenna.
All right. So that's how that works. I still don't quite get it, but you shoot a microwave beam at this receiver or at this repeater, and as it comes back, the deviations in the microwave can be turned into sound. Man, if it was from the 40s, and we're all so dumb. There's a whole nother level of people just intellectually above all of us that we'll never quite understand, and those are the people who truly run the world, or are run by the money. So, we got a lot of money, let's get a bunch of smart people in here and make things that other people can't even think of. Go! So that was the thing that was found in the American ambassador's office in the why can't I remember now? What's the Soviet Union? Yeah, so it was discovered. Now, Ambassador Lodge explained that the United States had discovered Soviet listening device playing all U.S. ambassadors in Moscow. Okay, so it was in Moscow, which was probably the Soviet Union at the time, from what I gather. And that's pretty wild. So we'll get down a fiend artisan, hope for the best. Clever design. So upon discovering the listening device, let's see what we can do here. Do we go Cherudo and pass to turn? Upon discovering the listening device, you had a few options. The first, and perhaps the most tempting, was to broadcast Soviet deceit to the international community for an easy victory in the court of the public opinion. The Truman, later Eisenhower administration, however, recognized the opportunity they had presented with the instead to choose to withhold the discovery. Yeah, basically you don't tell anybody and you start putting out bad information is what I would think. In addition to buying the U.S. time to research the device, the Truman administration realized that the discovery could be used as political leverage in a tight spot. The decision would prove to be a valuable one. Putting the cards on the table. There's a newspaper article here. Oh, geez, it's blurry. Soviet hit a microphone in the U.S. seal. That must have really upset the Americans of the time. Not our country. You don't mess with our Soviet. That's like pooping on the flag. You just don't do it. So let's go get a 3-cost card. You know what? No. I think, believe it or not, we try to play Mothra first. Luminous Bird Dude, if you will. That way, whatever we sack with Fiend Artisan or Lampad, also known as the Lad, will come back to us. This thing we have to deal with, because that is a pain in the arse. Alright. Okay, so we go Burglar Rat. Force the discard. Then we go 1, 2, pay 2. Auto pay. Sack the Lampad. Comes back as a flyer with Mothra. Then we go and we find a Charming Prince. We exile another creature and bring it back. Do this to the Burglar Rat. Take out the Arbor Grazer. Oh, it takes the damage. Throws away another card at our end step. What was that? Did he not? Oh, he just ditched the Colossus. So he's got a big old card, and he's got a bunch of these little dinks. We're gonna need some death touch or something. So this will come back as a flyer, which is nice. So he doesn't have any creatures in the graveyard right now. I'm just trying to think what we have. Well, this is good either way, so let's go for 4. Auto pay. We'll sack the Charming Prince so we get its value again. Charming Prince comes back. Do we scry? No, because we should have had the other thing happen first. Yeah, we gain 3 life. Because if we scry, the deck's going to get shuffled, so it doesn't really matter. Oh, do we play another Charming Prince? No, I think we play another Charming Prince. Gain 3 more life. Attack with all my little flyers up top. He blocks 1. And we'll figure out a better game plan here, too, because he's going to be attacking with these 7/7s. And the Dirge Bat only destroys something if we draw it and then mutate it. So we'll stop some of the damage. Wow, we're going to take a big hit here. But we're going to gain more life. Let's just do it like this. So we'll have it come back as a flyer. Gain 3 more life. We're just gaining life like a madman. Ooh, too bad these are all flyers. Shit. Maybe not. I don't know. Let's go. All attack. Shit. I shouldn't have attacked with the Artisan. He would have come back and been on the battlefield as like a 7/7 flyer. He didn't. All right, we're in luck here. Takes the Shatter the Sky. Everybody dies except the Fiend Artisan, which now all the creatures in the graveyard. We got a flying 6/6. Got that colossal 8/8. And we get the win. We're kind of on a little bit of a winning roll with this. I think we finally got our shite together here. Let's see. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Join the Discord. The Discord link is currently in the top right of your screen. You might have to type it in. I will go to the YouTube, though, and post it as a link. There's also Proximus Regent on Facebook. You can find it. All the pictures are the same. I got my big orangey red face up there. You can watch us on Facebook. The commenting and chatting is a little bit easier there. You can become a friend. You can come join the Discord. You can watch us on Twitch or YouTube. It's all the same. Proximus Regent. And let's start another game and finish up that interesting CIA story. So, for Mr. Lodge and the rest of the U.S. government, the announcement couldn't have come at a more opportune time. Earlier that same month, on May 1st, 1960, the Soviet Union had downed a U-2 pilot, Francis Gary Powers, Jr., who was conducting an aerial reconnaissance mission for the United States over the Soviet territory. The Soviets had hoped, with this meeting of the United States, what is the USNC, the Security Council, to denounce the U.S. espionage activities and related to the U-2 program. Sorry, I got to make a choice there real quick. All right. And show the world that the U.S. had been conducting unprovoked intelligence operations against the Soviet Union. On the 4th day of the meetings, on the 26th of May in 1960, and after 3 days of accusations from the Soviet Union, representative lodge presented his case to a dramatic effect. He presented to the members and the cameras a wooden replica of the seal explaining how the concealed device made its way into the ambassador's office and how it operated as a concealed listening device. I think that's the craziest part, is because of it was a passive listening device. If someone even found it, they'd probably go, I don't even know what this thing is. I honestly don't even know what it does. I think we actually enter at tap, save the 2 life. This is a slow boat to where we're going. Here, let me post this link. So there is a link in the bottom of, already in the comments, for joining the Discord, and then a link to the article we're currently looking at. There might be a better way to do it, but that's how it's getting done right now. So, we're gonna go. There's nothing in the graveyard. Let's play the Ardenvale, play the Death Vigil, and pass the turn. And while the declaration didn't absolve the United States of the embarrassment of the U-2 incident, so what happened is they were flying the U-2 plane over doing, atmospheric surveillance, because they're so high up, using their super duper spy cams of the day. The cameras take pictures, and they didn't want anybody to know that. But apparently they knew about it, and that really embarrassed America. But they used this device to kind of offset that. It did prove to the members, it did prove to the other members and the rest of the world that espionage activities were working in both directions. And as for the Soviet vote to censor the United States over the U-2 incident, the results were 7-2 in favor of the U.S. My turn. We play a Lockthwan. Since we don't have anything in the graveyard yet. Yeah, we play this. That keeps open 4 damage for the next turn. We just swing, hit for 1, end the turn. Hopefully he can't buff this thing up too much. So yeah, that's the story of, there's pictures of it, and this tiny little passive listening device. I'm still blown away that it by itself is not powered or doesn't do anything. You just shoot a beam. Passive repeater has no power source of its own, no batteries, and no wires, which may have led to its discovery. Instead, the device would be illuminated by a high-frequency signal. It must be like a microwave or a UHF. But the crazy part is when it bounces. I guess I honestly personally don't know enough about high-frequency waves and how they function. Let's see. He's going to make a copy of this, no? He's going to be trying to make tokens. Really? He did not attack into that. That blew my mind. Alright, let's start the discard party. Boom. He forces the discard. And for all you wonderful humans out there, don't forget to like. Don't forget to subscribe. Really appreciate a thumbs up in any form, whether it's on the Facebook, the YouTube, or the Twitch. Really shows me there's a couple people out there listening. Pretty soon I'll have a Patreon up, and for every dollar you give, I'll do a nudie dance on the top of the Empire State Building. I know that costs a lot, but we'll get there, and we'll get it done. I believe in us, folks. Let's attack. He's going to force the block, and we will Divine Arrow him. Or he's going to let it hit. He's not going to let it hit. He likes that Saheeli too much. Oh, we should have exiled the Fen Lurker to get a drop. But anyhow, let's get rid of the creature. Next turn, we'll get a Mothra down or something. End turn. Oh, that is... So every time, whenever you cast a non-creature spell, we're on a clock. We're on a clock now, people. We have got to get rid of either Sahili or we need to get rid of a Divine Visitation if we want to survive this incident. All right. I believe we have a Divine Visitation in our board as well. Wow. So I think what we're going to do is go... let's just... Is it a permanent? No, creature card. Search your library for another creature with converted mana cost. We'll leave one open, pay the 5. Auto pay. We'll sack the Yarok. We're gonna need some of that removal here soon. We got plenty of board wipes to an extent. Wow. Alright. Let's go Supersonic Mothra. All attack. We really need to get rid of this. He's going to block it with the little creature. So, anytime he plays anything that's not a creature, basically, he's going to get a 4/4. Unless he's like, all he's got is creatures and we get 1 or 2 more turns. Because next turn we can play Luris and then play our Fenlurker from the graveyard, which is going to help get rid of the discard. That's 5. Or we can sack the... No, we've got to play it like that. We might have enough mana to do some other goofy tricks, but... Either way, it's going to be fun. It's going to be a lot of fun. Let me tell you. I'm telling you right now, it's going to be fun. Why? Because I said so. Let's see what other interesting CIA stories they have. So that was called The Compromise of the Great Seal. The Exposing of Project Azorian. CIA's MI-17 helicopter comes home. Flying with sharks. A plan with every outcome. That sounds like something we want to talk about. Flying with sharks. A plan for every outcome. What has he got here? Oh, no! Oh, I messed that up. Gotta get my head in the game. So we need a board wipe if we want to survive. I could have sacrificed that creature and at least got some value out of it. Oof. Oof-a-loof, bro. That's not a board wipe. So, what we're going to do is play a Burglar Rat. Force the discard. Interesting. That's a good play. So, or we could... I think we do it like this and kind of hope for the best. Wow, I'm glad I had the proper mana for that. I could have really messed that one up. What did we get rid of? Alright, so we got him on his tippy tiny toes. And next turn we'll go search for another Mothra. Or a Luminous Broodmoth. It's interesting because what the game creators decided to do was to take cards that already existed, or cards that they would be creating, and then layer them with movie ideas. So this card is Luminous Broodmoth, as you can see below its name, but then they layered it as a Luminous Broodmoth. Very interesting. There's a couple cards like that. Alright, this is a great card to get. We've got 4, 5, 6, 7 mana. I think we... Do we scry to... What do we want to go get? This is why there's people that use card advantage interfaces that tell you everything's in your deck. It takes a lot away from actually having to use your brain, in my opinion. Oh, that's right. We want to go get a Broodmoth. Pay 4, auto pay. Let's sack the rat. Submit. Let's go get our last and only Broodmoth. This is in his graveyard. Next. How are we going to do that? I think we just... Sadly, we don't do any attacks this turn. No attacks, but we do play the Charming Prince, and in this situation, we scry. Get rid of that land. We got another Charming Prince on deck. So what we're digging for now is a board wipe. So if... Not a butt wipe, but a board wipe. So if we can go no blocks, we can destroy everything on the board. This Mothra card right here will bring everything back that's not a flyer as a flyer. Play that. Does he have a card? Does not have a card in hand. I feel like the right thing to do is scry right now. Oh, that's good. Choose up to 2 permanent cards in your graveyard put there from the battlefield this turn. It's pretty good. I think we're gonna... 2 target permanent cards in your graveyard put there from the battlefield this turn. Return them. Yeah, we'll try that out. That's a newer idea. Basically, so either way, what we do is we all attack Saheeli, except for the Moth. And except for this guy, right? Yes. That's how we do it. Anything that dies... I probably should have split that up a little bit, believe it or not. Anything that dies comes back as a flyer. So we're going to get some life gain off the Lurrus. Hopefully we get to kill the Saheeli, which is his token generator, which is making these 4/4s. So anything that comes back... Alright. He still doesn't have a card, so we need to keep this in hand. Let's go Fiend Artisan. Is it for 4? Yeah, for 4 auto pay. We get rid of... We loop this Charming Prince. Comes back as a flyer. We get its ability. Gain 3 life. And then we go dig for... Oh, yeah, this guy. Oh, no, we get another Charming Prince. And then we scry. Nice, this is gonna be good. Alright. So, we actually have a cool deck happening now, which is really awesome. I'm gonna export the file, the deck list, and I'll throw it in the YouTube, in the Discord, and all that jazz, and I'll throw it up on screen here in a moment once this game, if it ends. I mean, he's at 19 life, I'm at 16 life. I will play the Elspeth next turn, hopefully getting rid of his Angel. I don't know. Technically, it's a permanent, but it's not because it's a token, so it might not let me remove it. Something... What does this do? Create... Ooh. What did he kill? He killed Lurrus. And Lurrus was a flyer. He was a friend of mine. Alright. So... Let's think about this. Play Elspeth. Is it auto choose? Yeah. Okay. Well, we get rid of that. Then he just... Yeah, he concedes. I kind of saw that happening. What a fun time we're having. Welcome, everybody. You are loved and cared about. Oh, hey! I see a person. Hello, Mr. Poopy. I'm glad to hear that everything's working very good for you. I didn't even see, are you in Discord? Feel free to jump in and join if you like. We're reading interesting and fun stories of the CIA. Yeah. I am about to take a quick couple-minute break so I can make a cup of coffee and a sandwich, which is kind of my jam. But when we come back, we're going to be talking about Flying with the Sharks, a plan for every outcome. Imagine this. It's early 1961, and you're a pilot in the CIA's U-2 aerial reconnaissance program. You're up there, you're flying through the clouds, you're in your U-2 unit. Detachment G is responsible for overflight photography and intelligence collection on targets of interest in Asia. When we get back, I'll tell you what happens to this guy. He's way up there in the air, and yeah, we're just going to find out what kind of exciting things go on. So don't go anywhere. I'll be back in about 5 minutes. I'm just going to start putting a counter on my Be Right Back screen. So, you know what? Let's do this. All right. Be right back. And we are back. Welcome, welcome. It is me, Proximus Regent, and we are talking today of CIA espionage and clandestine operations while playing one of my favorite games ever, Magic: The Gathering. I just made a cup of espresso using Lavazza espresso. It is my favorite. I'm glad to have you all here with me. We are still currently working on, maybe I should change this because it's supposed to be Captain Jean-Luc Picard, you know, from the starship SS Enterprise. Let's see, CPT dot Jean-Luc. Oh, don't get to see the whole thing. Discar. Yeah, good enough. Name too long. Well, maybe that's what. Oh, let's get rid of the number 2. Anyways, we need that number 2 to remember which one it is. So, where'd it go? Number 2. There's all sorts of Jean-Luc discards going on. Let's favorite that. Let's go to home. You guys think we're ready to try this out in a standard ranked best of 1 event? Let's do it. I think we still need a little bit of play, a little bit of practice with it, to be honest. So, always glad to have you guys here with me. You guys are all wonderful people. Feel free to type in the chat. I will be paying a little bit better attention to it. I try not to have multiple screens open while I'm viewing, but that's because I'm forgetful, and I should probably be using the Restream app, which is actually quite good. I highly recommend it. I'm not even getting paid to say that. Hoping soon enough I will get sponsorship from Lavazza Espresso, because I have given them a lot of props. They're good. All right, to the last drop. Whoa, that's a number to hit. I tried to modify the text in the YouTube stream. If it's too unreadable, please let me know. I will try to adjust it to the best of my ability. All right, and we start off with a Godless Shrine. Comes down tapped. We don't lose the 2 life. That force the discard. We are going to be. Looks like they start off with a red mana and not a tapped land or a triome of some sort. They're going to be playing mono red, in my opinion. We have 3 Lords of the Dream Den. Sadly, they're all legendary, so we can only play. Or we can play as many as we want, but we can only have 1 on the battlefield at a time. This could be semi-problematic for us as we get closer to the game exploding. There we go. We got a 2/2. Rubber of the Rich. We don't have another man. I think, geez, what is it? When this thing, whenever Rubber of the Rich attacks, a defending player has more cards in hand than you. Exile the top card of their library during any turn you attacked with a rogue. You may cast that card. You may spend mana. Okay. So it doesn't matter if we take the damage or not. There we go. Oh, it's a Scryland. Yeah, we'll keep that on board. Yeah, no, yeah, no. We'll use it as a blocker, and hopefully we'll play it with Luris. Let's see, this is another card, Dirgebat, but they layered it as Batra, Dark Destroyer. It does some serious stuff, so let's get into as we play. Let's find some other stuff here. Okay, let's get rid of that. Let's open here and let's block. think, believe it or not, we play Lurrus, and hopefully we just use it as a blocker, gain some life back, and get rid of that, and then play Lurrus again. We've got some plans here. So again, remember, imagine this. It's early 1961 and you're a pilot in the CIA's U-2 aerial reconnaissance program. Your U-2 unit, Detachment G, is responsible for overflight photography and intelligence collection on the targets of interest in Asia. Detachment G, presently stationed in California, has just been called into action by the Eisenhower administration, which remains cautious of the U-2 program given the recent and notable public incident involving the downing of Francis Gary Powers' U-2 plane over the Soviet Union, recently referenced during the passive repeater bug incident that we just talked about. So I think in this current situation, we're going to have to kill this. Gotta do it. We'll play Lurrus again next turn. If we have enough mana at some point, this could be really good for us, this card. Oh, maybe we should have saved that other card. So we're going to play another Lurrus. And we're going to block with it. Nope, we're not going to block with that one. Nevertheless, you and 4 other pilots have been tasked with a unique and daring mission: covertly capture high-altitude regional imagery to confirm location claims of an imminent North Vietnamese invasion. Policymakers need the latest information, so plan for frequent regional overflights. And do it all with the cover of high altitude. 70,000 feet should do the trick. For reference, that's double the altitude of a modern-day commercial airliner. It's a lot to think about, isn't it? Oh, goody. Woof. That's a butt saver right there. Let's see what he does. Luckily, one of those 3 cards with a mana. He gets a 4/4 beastie. It has trample. But, okay. So we go Lurrus. And we play the burglar. Discard his last card. He does not like that one bit. Well, it's just a land. If he attacks, we're double blocking. He seems like a wildcat. He's gonna attack. Yeah. Oof. You know, I could wait one more turn and then do this and get both of these creatures back. I'm not sure what to do here. Let me think about this. Oh. Well. Huh. That's how we do it. Living on the edge. He still gets a little damage through. We gain 3 life. Go back to 10. Ooh, okay. Okay. Return target creature card from the graveyard to the battlefield. That creature is a vampire in addition to its other types. He doesn't have a card in hand, but looks like we could bring back Lurrus again. But we would lose so and so 1 damage to target player or planeswalker. We can't do it to the creature, damn. Dart. 1, 2, 3. Okay. We're gonna do it. He's probably gonna buff it and hit us for the same amount. Or more. I probably should have just brought back the Lurrus. He doesn't have anything to play. Oh, he pumps it by 2. So We got the damage, but he still hits the planeswalker. Alright, this is actually really good for us to have. What is this for? We're going to keep doing this. We're going to leave mana open. We're going to pass the turn. And as soon as he attacks with that one creature, we can force him to do the sacrifice. Oh, whoa. Does that thing have Host? No, it doesn't, but you may put a creature card from your hand on the battlefield tapped and attack and return that creature whenever. Okay. Turn the creature to your hand. When food, you may put it into its owner library. Third from the top. Okay. So this is what we're doing. He attacks. Flash in Dirge Bat or Batra. Block. Get rid of that. Next time he attacks with something, we screw it up with the old Gideon's Triumph. You gotta leave 2 mana open. So I think we keep doing this just for a moment, just so maybe we could have enough to bring back more creatures. Since we're only going to play these, we might as well play this. And let's just pass the turn. He's going to attack with this thing. Okay. Oh, does it come out of his hand? Put a creature card from your hand. Okay, perfect. This might make him quit the game as soon as we do this. He attacks. We play Gideon's Triumph. Choose him. He's forced to destroy that creature. Puts it third from the top. It's a cool ass looking card. Resolve. Now we got some damage thrown. I mean, now we can. This is actually a great card. We didn't look what we want to bring back. I guess the only thing we can bring back is the Luris. So we go -1, 2, 3. Pay 3. Bring back a Luris. Luris lets me bring back a Burglar Rat. Auto pay. There's no card for him to discard. We go next. We attack. End the turn. Now we do have 4 damage to throw at this guy if he comes at us. Resolve. Oh yeah, we're in a better position. He might have something though, but I don't know what we'd bring back. We don't have another creature. Can't play another Luris. We will gain some life though. Oof, another land. Hunter's tapped. Oh, why does this? Damage dealt by a creature, planeswalkers, or spell with lifelink also causes controller to gain damage. Oh, this thing. Oh, okay. This has lifelink. So that's nice. I didn't know that. He'll do 1 damage. We'll gain a life as well. That's nice. Swing in with everybody. Swing team, as they say. Sack the rat. We gain a life. They lose a life. And then we replay the rat from the graveyard. And at their end step, we sack the rat again. If he had a card, that would be. Oh yeah, he can't. He just can't handle it. We have made a deck that does stuff, people. what do we got here? Okay, card. Let's see. Next level gets us 300 XP. I think each one of these is 1,000. So we are cruising up the level. If we get there to level 7 today, that'd be great. And then we might play a draft here in a little bit. All right. So, beyond the inherent risks of operating highly complex machinery 13 miles in the air, all while traveling at speeds of 500 miles per hour, U-2 pilots faced a great deal of danger upon entering the cockpit. The downing of Power's U-2 plane in 1960 revealed anti-aircraft weaponry could now reach heights that had been impossible just a few years before. Pilots knew their missions were critical and failure was not an option, but they also knew their high-flying missions had been publicly outed, and that adversaries would be looking to the skies in hopes of catching another U-2 in the act. Pilots trained to be best, but prepared for the worst. What to do in the event of a mechanical failure or a successful anti-aircraft offense. As it turns out, CIA had thought of everything, even sharks. Operation Shark Screen. As it turns out, there's something in the water. While unlikely, the threat of a shark attack was very real and gruesome. One for U-2 and later A-12 pilots conducting high-risk surveillance routes that would take them over miles and miles of shark-infested water. Real enough, in fact, that CIA became uniquely motivated to defeat the threat. After considering a number of options and giving the mixed results of a shark repellent developed by CIA's predecessor, the Office of Strategic Services, OSS, CIA, decided that physical barrier must just be the best option. In 1968, the agency placed an order for 50 shark screens. Created by Dr. Clarence Scott Johnson, the project manager of the Naval Undersea Research and Development Center in the spring of 1969, Shark Screen was a small, expandable protective device that a pilot could carry and deploy in the event of a water landing. When packed, the screen was small enough to fit in a flight suit pocket, or box roughly, the size of a pack of cigarettes. In the unlikely event of a water landing, the pilot would be able to remove the vacuum-packed shark stream, which would unfurl into a large bag. From there, the pilot would inflate a large tube around the opening of the bag and climb inside. Once inside, they could fill the bag with water, completely extending the bag and thus protecting themselves within. Let's get another game going while we chat. The inflatable tube at the opening of the bag would keep the shark screen afloat and provide its structure, and a standard issue life vest would keep the pilot afloat inside the bag. Their head would float just above the sea level while giving the pilot a low profile at the surface, further protecting them from possible enemy combatants. Ooh, this is a weird hand. Got a feeling we keep it, though, believe it or not. So basically, they have a little, like a buoy around them, and then there's a mesh metal net below the buoy. So imagine sitting in a buoy with a metal mesh below you. Sharks, usually attracted by dangling appendages, perhaps mistaking them for fish, would see a large, bulky object instead. Hopefully, they would leave the shark disinterested. But if not, the shark screen meant there would be no easily accessible point of attack. The physical... Oh, we drew a land. Not good. You know, so basically they have a metal screen below them, and they're kind of in like a metal chain bag with a buoy at the top. It's kind of amazing that they could fit that in, you know. But anyways, any purpose to keep the blood of any wound sustained in the crash from spreading out and attracting marine life. Paint it black. Initial prototypes of the shark screen were made of neoprene, same stuff that boots and, you know, those fancy suits that everyone wears when they go, whatever that shit's called, surfing. those are those. And yeah, pretty neat stuff. So they wanted to. We'll read more in just a moment. I'm gonna get this game fired up. Oh yeah, we gotta get this guy discarding. All right. So this is a pain in the butt because he's going to put a 1/1 counter on every turn, and once it's a 6/6. But luckily we have Divine Arrow, so we can play this. Past a turn. Well, not past turn, attack, unless he's got a special trick up his sleeve. Still interested to try to use this. I haven't used it much, but it's got to be good. Just says 2 target permanent cards. Any card that was put in your graveyard, bring it back to the battlefield tapped. And then they'll untap during your untap step. So he's going to attack with this thing, hoping that I block or don't block, but I'm going to Divine Arrow the fudge out of it. Oh, okay, but what we're going to do instead here, choose up to 2 target permanent cards. Alright. So he plays this. And we play that. Bring that back. He attacks, gets his 2 damage in. Oh, he doesn't even do that. Okay. Geez, if we had 1 more mana, we could get rid of that creature. But I'm trying to find a way to... pay for, auto pay, sack the Charming Prince, and oh, do we bring in a Luris? I still think we bring in a Mothra. Yeah, we bring in a Mothra. What does this thing do? Hexproof. Oh, that's not good for us. Hexproof and Menace. Let's get rid of his last card. Let's we do have the flying. That's okay. Let's pay. I guess we can pay 2. Oh, good. Auto pay. So, oh, he doesn't even have a card in hand, but that's okay. We will go search for a Charming Prince. I think that's our best, because having another Fiend Lurker doesn't really help us. I think we go for the Scry this time. Yeah, get the... Oh, we need the 1 land. Yeah, that's okay. So, but... What does this guy say? Whenever this creature mutates, destroy target creature or planeswalker an opponent controls. So we... That's okay. They don't have that. Once this gets to 6, though, we're gonna need a board wipe. So we are digging for a board wipe right now, which I believe I only run 2 of. Oh, this is good though. Oh, we double block here. Charming Prince comes back as a flyer. We get another scry out of him. Believe it or not, we draw another Charming Prince next turn. We go Charming Prince. Scry again. Oh, that's good. We need that right there. That's exactly what we need. Unless he attacks with both creatures, but he probably won't. Still a turn out. Let's all attack. Does this thing have death touch? Oh, yeah. Should have left a mana open. I could have at least divine arrowed that other thing. But we can sacrifice the Charming Prince, who will come back as a flyer. Now this thing has lifelink. That's really annoying. Pass the turn. So, let's see if we can do this. Pass. Block. I only have 1 mana. That kind of sucks, but we block. Pay 1. Sack the Charming Prince. He's still going to gain the life, which sucks. I don't... Oh. Interesting. Exile another target. Make that a flyer. So he doesn't get any life gain out of it. Nice and tricky. We've got... He didn't gain any life! Go to combat. Let's be good about... Let's send in these guys. No, we gotta do it. We've gotta do it. Does he lose? Oh my goodness, dude. We are just tricky Rickies today. Tricky Wickies. You can't even mess with us. We're so badass, dude. I don't know how well this is going to do in an actual event, though. Let's, I almost want to say we make a sideboard for this. I might need a sideboard building buddy, though. Let's go see if Kyle's available. Not Kai, but you're more welcome to join if you're out there. Oh, yeah, let's see. Daily deals. Whirlwind of daily deals. So, apparently this thing was called the Shark Barrier, or the Swiss Army Knife of Shark Barriers. Turns out that the shark screen's life-saving possibilities extended beyond its seafaring intent. Researchers of the Naval Missile Center, while conducting initial tests of the prototype in 1969, found that the device proved useful on land as well and issued guidance for potential use as a sleeping bag, pup tent, lean-to, temporary shelter. TS. Stretcher and a solar still. Wow. This pocket-sized shark barrier seemed to pack a punch. The verdict? So on the real question, did it work? Luckily, U-2 and A-12 pilots never reported use of the shark screen in the line of duty, but according to researchers at the U.S. Department of Naval, Cornell University, and University of Hawaii, the shark screen was proven to be the best, most effective shark attack deterrent yet tested. They came to this conclusion after thorough test against a number of dangerous shark species in both Pacific and Atlantic Oceans. Documents further prove that shark screen was one preferred method of defense against shark attack, even over the OSS-developed shark chaser repellent, which had been adopted for deployment by the U.S. Navy. Well, there you have it. The CIA solution to defending and defeating the shark threat. Still not convinced? Not to worry. Contract documents show that CIA even sprang for the warranty just in case. Now go get him. Good luck, pilot. How about that, guys? That's pretty amazing stuff. There's some images here. If you're interested, check it out. Let's see. There's got to be a better way to post links to you guys rather than just putting them in the chat. I guess I should be more proactive about this and do my stream. I'll know the links I'm going to look up, and I'll put them all in the important area part where all the important things go. So, yeah, it's pretty neat stuff. Don't forget to like. Don't forget to subscribe. We're here rocking out. Let's go see if I'm like that guy. I'm just like, hey, you want to have some fun? You want to do stuff? The guy's probably doing more important stuff. Probably doing like college work or building some sort of invention that'll save the world. I should repost this stream too, real quick. Share it. Copy it. Go to Facebook. Where are we at? Groups. I still... It's a bummer I forgot to change that thumbnail. Oh my god, what is that? That looks fucking terrifying. Wow. Wonder how old... I should just make a page. I'm working on that. We'll get there. But, it's really not my strong suit, to be honest. It's, I try. Making content is definitely where I shine. Be great to have someone who wanted to help me build Facebook pages and do all the thumbnails and, you know, content and stuff like that. It's not like they wouldn't get credit for it, but it's all good. I mean, it's not like there's anything to really say offer them. It's like, hey, you can have 5 or 6 subscribers be your friend, and that's cool. And then you can put an hour or 2 of work in a week for this fun channel. I can see why people don't want any part of it, but that generally tends to happen in the world. No one likes to see the future. They just like to see what's good. Well, 5 years from now, this will be one of the biggest channels on YouTube. I'm Proximus Regent, and I'm great. Stocks are up today. Cruise lines are doing good. Airlines are doing much better. Check out Virgin Galactic. Their space program is going to be shuttling passengers back and forth all over the world in years to come. Definitely recommend checking that out. And don't... it might be a good time to invest in semiconductor stocks, ETFs. Check that shit out. There's a big risk or a big leap. There's a thing called Rewalk. Definitely recommend checking it out. It's like a little machine. You strap it to your legs, and it helps people with disabilities walk. Basically, it crashed. Was at like $200 a position, and boom, now it's at like... At one point, it was at 70 cents, and then they got some sort of... I don't think it's FDA, but that's Food and Drug. They got some sort of patent or approval for testing, and then their stock doubled. So anybody who had bought in at 80 cents is doing great. I really feel bad for the people who bought in at like $200 a share, and now it's sitting at $1.60. But go in, buy yourself $160 worth of the stock, and if it goes up to $20 a share someday, man, you made yourself a good chunk of money. Don't forget, you can always invest in SPY. That is S&P 500 ETF. And if you were smart, you would have got in 3 months ago when it had dropped down to $234, and you would have been up $100 for every $234 you put in, because now it's sitting at $311. I am still watching AMD, which has gone from... Man, this hurts my soul. I wish I would have known what I was doing 5 years ago. 5 years ago, September 4th, AMD, that's Advanced Micro Design, I believe it is their processors are now top of the line. They were always kind of second rate. But 5 years ago, their stock opened at $1.82. Today, their stock is worth $54.23. So, man, you could have put $500 in. Let's see, 500 times 40, you would have made $20,000 off of that initial $500 investment. It's $20,000 in 5 years just from having a good outlook. So I'm still hoping to maybe find that opportunity. I've made little investments here and there with the tiny bit of money I have, and hopefully that'll turn into big money some days, or I'll have totally screwed up and I'll lose it all. But hey, that's the way it works. You either risk it trying to enjoy life and making better things happen for yourself, or you just eat dirt your whole life going, well, dirt's not that bad. I could live off dirt. It's not like the dirt is like the worst. There's probably other people who have worse dirt eating, you know. It doesn't even make sense. It just doesn't even make sense. Get out there. Change the fucking world. Love people. Be kind. Don't sit on your hands. I mean, if you need to, sit on your hands, whatever, but... So, let's play some more Magic. Let's see if Bobby got back to us. Bobby is not... Oh, hey, yay, Bobby! Come to the chat. Where is he? Bobby! Come to the MTGA chat. Oh, wrong button. Oh, hello?
Hey, bud.
Is that you? You changed your name.
Oh, yeah, Jibber Jab.
That's my name.
Jibber Jab?
You didn't see I just changed it to that this morning?
Oh, shit.
I'm just kidding. So, let me turn on my stream to Discord so you don't have to watch the live stream because there's some lag and that's a pain in the ass.
Alright.
So you now have live video. The deck list is in, you should be able to see it in Discord as well. I can send it to another place. Do you want me to send it directly to... Ooh, do you have headphones, my guy?
Yeah. Wait 1 second.
You don't have to, but it would be very appreciative if it did. We appreciate you here at Proximus Regent Industries. Oh. I swear I know what I'm doing.
Okay, there we go.
Awesome.
I had to tear apart my apartment.
We appreciate you. It's cool. There's 2 people watching. 1 on Twitch, 2 on YouTube. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and we love you. You too, Mr. Bobby Bobberton. So, the deck, I'm going to play it now.
Yeah.
Let me see. I don't like that it does that. Sometimes it'll say, we froze your stream because you're doing too many things at once.
I do like the Fiend Arson.
Yes.
I wanted to play some deck with that, but...
I've been working on this deck for 2 weeks now. And
yeah, it's definitely like a harsh deck.
It basically, it says, you don't get things on your board, you don't get things in your hand. If they are overpowering and remove the right things on my end, then I kind of don't have a leg to stand on.
Right. I'm just noticing the burglar rats.
Dude, so it's burglar rats, fen lurkers, and we use charm prints to flicker and get their hand down to 0, so they're top decking. And then we use luminous broodmoth, so when we sacrifice thing with Fiend Artisan, they come back. So much value. Sometimes we sack a charm prince. Luminous Broodmoth brings him back, and then we bring another Charm Prince in with the Fiend Artisan and flicker a Yarok, Scry 2, then get it can be pretty gnarly.
Yeah.
I'll try to just show you rather than tell you. Usually when I tell people about it too much is when I start to die. So I think we force the discard. We'll take a little damage. And we'll Divine Arrow one of his Ebon Knights. Hopefully.
Okay.
And so as we're doing this, my idea is to maybe come up with a decent sideboard if I were to play this in standard ranked. We're going to keep the Fenlurker for a moment in case we need it for a sack outlet. Ooh, nice. We got to Shatter the Sky. Control 4 more lands, okay.
I've been in commander mode, so I have to look up certain cards for...
I can, you know what, I'll put the Scryfall bot in our server so that it's easier to look up as well at some point.
Dirge Bat.
Dirge. He's a dirge.
Mutates.
This is a tough spot I'm in right now. This might be the one where I don't get the W.
Just aggroing you out.
Yeah, that's pretty much. But I can still work around it if possible. All right, we have 2 Divine Arrows. That's actually quite good. So, at the beginning of your upkeep, each player draws a card. Oh, yeah, we like that right now. So, Ebon Legion dies. Block the 3. Oh, it's got Menace. Block the 2/3. Get the extra card draw. And I think we just Shatter the Sky right here.
Yeah.
Alright, now we have a foot to stand on. So next turn, what I do... Tell me if you're looking stuff up, and I'm also just kind of talking to the stream as well. Kind of narrate, so...
Just nothing?
Let's see, make sure I have enough white mana to do this. So what we do is we go... Yeah, so we just do the Lochthwain. We go Lurrus. And then we play a Fenlurker from the graveyard. Forcing a little more discard. He's a little upset. And it's nice because we exile with the Fenlurker.
Yeah, true.
So we can't pull stuff from his graveyard. He's got some mana open. We do have the Divine Arrow, which has actually proved to be really good currently. Ooh, okay.
Oh, I love Lily.
Yes. That was one of the first trades we made. I traded you like a Liliana for the giant dinosaur.
Yep, first it's a comma.
Yes. All right. Do we... Oh, this is fun. You ready for this? Do you like I could go Lampad, sack the Yarok, and then replay the Yarok Fenlurker from the graveyard because of Lurrus, discarding his last card, and then we go from there.
Yeah, that sounds pretty
And then
decent.
if he comes at us, we have the Divine Arrow open. So this is the important part of this deck, was creating discard while building a board state, which is actually pretty tough. That's gotta hurt his soul a bit. But he... Exile target, don't control a human. He was like... Exile target creature. Don't control. Okay. Oh, nice. So...
Yeah, it's a pretty good card.
And then we can block and sack it so he doesn't get the life link. But he is going to play Ebon Legion. What I really need to do is next turn, I need to get the Fiend Artisan down. I probably should have done that a little bit sooner so I can get out Broodmoth.
I'm thinking you sideboard another Fiend Artisan, but
I thought that. Yeah, it's one of my first thoughts, just making sure you have a Fiend Artisan. Um, the big thing is taking apart, because we have black, we can run um, the guy there. It's a planeswalker, and it says exile top 4 of a player's grave or library, and then exile their graveyard. So that takes out cycle.
yeah.
And then there's cat oven kind of stuff, the sacrifice. So I want to be able to destroy artifacts and destroy cycle. Those are kind of the biggest things besides your traditional Azorius counter into crazy stuff.
I see that card you're talking about. Yeah, I would say put that on the sideboard.
It done deal. We'll take a look at it after this one. Oof, 2 lands in a row. So it's either Lily or we play Fiend Artisan and do a Divine Arrow into Lily. I think we have to get this down. Oh, that's right. Letting him keep the... We'll figure it out.
Yeah.
If not, can't win them all, but...
He's
Oh, nice. That set us up pretty good. This is one of my favorite cards right here.
Gideon's Triumph.
Yes. So we're gonna
Gideon?
we're gonna
Yes.
we're gonna Divine Arrow and Gideon's Triumph him on his attack, and that way hopefully he'll have to get rid of a Lurrus. We'll see. We'll Divine Arrow the Lurrus, and then he'll have to sack something. And then
I always forget.
Yep.
Yeah, can you read the card type on creatures on the battlefield? Because I see you have a Yarok out, and I just want to see if that's human.
He's a horror.
Okay.
Horror. So let's see. Does he attack? Oh, perfect. So we need. I don't know. I think we save the. Do you think we do the Gideon's Triumph right here? Because it's just the one that forces him to destroy that one creature. I think.
True.
Yeah. We play it. Then we can Divine Arrow if someone blocks. Resolve. My turn. Oh, nice. So this is great. We have Divine Visitation as well. So that plays really well with the Luminous Broodmoth. So anytime something... Oh, that doesn't create a token. What was it? Jeez.
Are you talking about Lily? Because the Lily makes...
Yes, Lily does
zombie.
make a token. And then I do want to play one more of the castle that makes a 1/1 creature. So you basically poop out a 4/4 flyer with Vigilance.
Yeah, I was looking in your deck list, and I saw it, and I was kind of confused by like why it was in.
This is a
But
newer...
that makes sense.
It was a newer option. I think I can drop it. I've been just kind of trying stuff out, to be honest. So...
I mean, you could always drop it and add another Lily.
Lily and the Divine were kind of a random option. Oh, what do we got?
I do like the Lily because you're playing like aristocrats. So. Just
Okay,
sacking a
still
bunch of
have
stuff over and
Divine
over.
Arrow. Jeez, that's gonna be strong if he attacks. Let's attack. See if he blocks anything. No. Yeah, I think it has slowly changed too. So yeah, we could probably find something better than the Divine. Oh, oh shit. Oh. Let's make this this has just been a rough hand anyhow. So that'll come back. 2. And then we might as well, if he's trying to destroy it, we may as well sacrifice it and get some value out of it. Gain a life, lose a life. Oh, I didn't leave the man open. So basically, that was a little bit of a rough game there.
Yeah, I mean,
Is very
aggro knights is pretty rough against a like pretty kind of slow. Because this the ideal matchup is something like
mid-range.
a slow deck.
Yeah. I did beat quite a few decks where I was really surprised. I was like, wow. I think we're just going to pass. He's got the mana to buff it. I mean, we block. I think what I do is I just take out. There was something else that made tokens. I was hoping maybe we got a board wipe there, but we didn't.
How many are you running?
So this is the new one. I have a couple variants of this deck, and we're just gonna concede real quick.
What was it's Shadow the Sky, right?
Yeah. So I think I can take out, and then there was Extinction Event, which exiles a bunch of their stuff.
Yeah, I like Extinction Event. I've run it in most of my commander decks that are white.
So.
Also the Luminous Broodmoth, because it's a great card.
I think we take out. I do like the Liliana.
I like it too.
It does create the zombie. The only problem, it does force me to sack as well.
Which can help you in some sense.
Yeah, exactly. You're right. I didn't even think about that. So
because you have the Luris or the Broodmoth.
So we can either run. I find that running 3 Luminous Broodmoths is not super great. It sometimes just have too many 4-drops, and it really does rely on this early loot, like flickering of the burglar rats and the Yarroks. I probably could, but I found that if I run too much burglar rat, too much Yarok, then I end up with small creatures when I need to start getting bigger creatures. And just once they're out of cards in their hand, it's kind of like, okay.
I appreciate the mythos of.
Yeah, and it works perfect in this deck because it's white-black, so it's going to always be cast with that white, so I can destroy anything on the board for 3.
I saw it and I instantly was like, that I appreciate, because no, everyone's been like shit talking this constantly.
Okay, I didn't know that.
Everyone's talking really bad about the mythos, and I think they're great, in my opinion.
I haven't found a lot of use for them, but I have been trying to.
I recently made a commander deck just around mutate using man, I can never say his name right. Jagantha the Wellspring.
Oh yeah, dude. It's like Clothy. There's like Gigantha and Clothy. That's how I say it, basically.
You can tap him for Wooburg, and you can only cast or use it for generic.
I actually have a brawl deck where he's my commander, and it's like the most broken brawl deck I've ever had.
So good, just tapping for 5 mana.
And
he's a 5/5 for 5 that taps for 5. That's crazy. But I run each mythos in it because I appreciate them, and
I agree. I think if you find if you find a way to fulfill their requirement, then they're extremely useful.
Oh yeah. But other than that,
and probably playing another mythos would be better than Consecrate and Consume, because that costs 4.
I agree.
I have 1 rare. I think, fuck it. We're working on this deck. We're going to get rid of this. It does have that opportunity to draw a card though at low end, but screw it. We're building a deck here. That's pretty much. I have so many goofy decks. Like I probably could have had a. There's some weird bug too where that happens, and I have to hit escape, hit done, and then go back into the deck, and you'll see it's there.
Did I just make? I think it was Azorius. Draw until it hurts or something like that.
There's a lot of opportunity to draw. I like how they're pushing the game into a little bit of a broken area again. All right, so I have been playing these. They tend to work out pretty well because we have so many double costs.
Yeah, I love the Triomes.
Yeah, I think they're great. It's funny because I was talking about something similar not too long ago. I was like, yeah, there used to be these kind of cards that would make 3. They were like temples or whatever.
Oh, yep.
And then they brought in triomes, which are very similar. They just require, but they still come in tapped, but they also have the cycle option. So,
Yeah, I mean,
yep.
Worst case, you need a best case, you need a land, or like if you're just like at this point, like let's say it's turn 7, and you ran out gas and you really need more cards, you just cycle it and it's perfect.
I agree. I've done that. I've been trying to test this out as just a one of because it does that 5 damage for 2 white, which is pretty rare to come across.
Yeah.
And if I do end up with a temple, I can actually play it for its other cost, which gets me an extra turn or an extra combat phase and some attacking creatures. And even if I get it in my hand early, that's really what I want it for, is to take out something large. Yeah, so pretty much sideboarding ideas was things to destroy artifacts and enchantments, and what was the other thing we talked about?
We talked about adding another. So we talked about dropping Divine Visitation.
We did, yeah. So I did those things.
We talked about another Fiend Arson.
That's right. I have to spend my mythics on that. I'd have to contemplate that one. I feel like I have some other deck ideas I might want to use my mythics on. That's just for sideboard, or just you mean in general? You mean over?
I thought maybe in general or sideboard.
Let's try it out. Fuck it. I'm gonna craft in a new one. I hate that thing freezes like that, and then you see it shows it hasn't been purchased.
Yep.
And then I hit done, and then I go back in. John Luke discard. And there
Elspeth Conquers Death. I just realized we had Elspeth Conquers Death.
So I think if we do that, we might drop the... Elspeth is pretty good, because it goes with the flow of everything. It brings creatures back from the graveyard. It destroys their stuff. Kind of stalls them out for a turn.
Yeah, I went through each of the cards in the deck just to read them and make sure I knew what they were. And then I just realized I skipped over that one card. And I just realized it's a Saga.
Yeah, you get quite a bit of value out of it. So yeah, this is like kind of the newer deck. And then let's see if we can find that Planeswalker I was talking about.
Yeah, oh crap, I found its name and I never actually told you.
It's an Ashiok.
Yeah.
I believe he's 3, but Planeswalker from Theros, I thought. It's not this Ashiok. Let's see. It's not that one either, huh? Let me... This one, Ashiok the Dream Renderer.
I just found it when you said that.
Beautiful. Let's see how many. Fuck it. We'll run 3 of them. I gotta figure out if that's an update thing I gotta fix, or it's been doing that since the last update. Alright, so yeah, those would be good. It's basically if we play a cycle deck, we lose against it. These are actually pretty strong too. The ale seeds, those might be.
That's very true.
Think,
Kind of matchup.
so basically, we got the artifact style. So cat oven sack deck is like the disenchant exposed data light. We would just take out a bunch of our higher end stuff. Could we do that? I guess I don't know. Maybe not high end stuff. Maybe we would take out like the divine arrows and switch and Gideon's triumph and switch them out to destroy their things that make their deck work. And then if cycle happens, we would do a similar thing and play the Ashiok in there. Because that pretty much shuts it down pretty hard. And then there's just mono red, which is pretty tough. You got a lot of burn. Oh, that was what I was going to buy. It was another one of these. These are pretty good. The Arden Veils.
Yep. Yeah, they're very good.
But I only have 1 mythic left and 21 commons. So, this I wish worked a little better with it because you just get that card draw, but I don't have the extra mana. I was thinking of running what's that 4-drop enchantment. I still think it might be. Oh, that's one way to do it. 4-drop enchantment. And this, Smothering Tith. And maybe if. Because if it's a longer game.
Smothering Tithe is amazing.
Yeah, I was thinking that might be beneficial at some point, but maybe I just run a couple Banishing Lights.
Yeah?
I think that we'll just try that.
You could sideboard one Smothering Tithe.
Yeah. I think we have enough to run those, and then we'll run 3 Banishing Lights.
Because in my opinion, Smothering Tithe is the one of the best white cards.
Oh yeah.
And is so versatile that you can run it in basically any deck that has white.
I agree.
You know Austin, right?
I kind of do.
Tall kid that I usually came with.
Yeah.
We have had that debate on several occasions.
Oh, is that others? I'm listening. I'm just trying to remember. There was another card that I must have put it in the other deck, but not this one. 3 cost sorcery. And it just helps me. This thing, Call of the Death Dweller. Oh, I don't want to. Return up to 2 target creature cards with converted mana cost, so I can bring back, and then it puts a Death Touch and a Menace counter on them. So I could bring back anything 3 or less, one of them, or I could bring back. Basically, I get to bring back any card from the graveyard.
Yeah, that's pretty strong.
Maybe we run that over the Resurgence. And so I could run Brought-Back's pretty good. Basically, anytime 2 things die or 1 thing dies, like I just play that instant and put them back on the battlefield tapped. And they still get their enter. Like, so if a Charming Prince died, I just play that and he comes back to the battlefield and get his ability.
Sounds decent.
And it's permanent. It's choose up to 2 target permanent cards in your graveyard that were put there from the battlefield this turn. And it's an instant, so if it happens on their turn,
Yeah.
it's pretty nice. So maybe we just run one of those, call the Death Dweller, and brought back. Try it out. And now we have a sideboard and everything. I need to go turn on my AC. It's getting toasty in here. Where's the new one? We'll favorite that. So we'll play. Shall we do a best of 3 or what? What do you think?
Yeah, do best of 3 because that's a good way to test out the sideboard.
I agree. Traditional standard play. Jean-Luc discard. And then I'll take a little break. I might actually stop streaming after that. I've been on for quite a while now, and I need to go mow the lawn and do other things besides just play Magic all day on the interwebs.
I should probably do the same advice, but I'm probably not.
Yeah, I'm just lazy as fuck. This is my only day off. I work 6 days a week in the summer. Granted, one of them, the 6 days, a 4-hour day, but still. It's not a bad hand. I think that's keepable.
Yeah. Most hands with a Burglar Rat and Laris and Fiend Arson are pretty good.
That's our goal. And if we sack something, we can bring it back. Nice.
Oh, this hand looks spicy.
Yeah, this is pretty much what we want. Even if he... Oh, really? Lose the spark double. Battlefield, you may tap any number of untapped gauge control, draw those many cards. Play our 3rd mana. Definitely get down the Fiend Artisan. Combat, attack. Next turn we Fable Passage. And...
How much mana does it take to activate Fiend Arson?
1, and then...
That's so good.
I know. So I can go pull... Usually what I like to do is try to get a Charmed Prince. And I think, though, next turn is we play a Mothra.
Yeah?
We get a Plains.
I still love that Wizards did that.
I know. I think it's pretty great myself. Do we... I think, well, we could force the discard, but we can't, and then I know this is going to be a target as soon as it's down. I don't want to waste a turn. Because if you Mothra and then Shatter the Sky, everything comes back.
Right.
It's pretty good. You get to like discard a bunch of cards. Or we could go get a Mothra. We can go get anything right now. You know what? Let's... I just think that's the play. Not 100% sure. So as long as we have a way to deal with his giant creatures, because he's gonna play that goat that turns into... Oh, well, at least we get our creatures back. So, good thing we played that. Force the discard, get our Fiend Artisan, and...
Oh yeah, you're in great stance right now.
And we could actually... No, we could play Luris.
Luris and the
And the
sacrifice.
rat.
Or the rat. Is that not a sacrifice guy? Oh, that's not.
I think what we do, believe it or not, is we go pay for... Oh, wait, no. I always do. This is... Oh. Anyways, attack with the rat. Get my attack in. Pay that. Pay for... Auto pay. Submit the rat. go and get my other Mothra. I think sometimes if I try to like pivot too much on the Mothra, I end up playing too slowly. But next turn we can play Luris and another, but he's really drawing a lot of cards, which is tough.
Not ideal.
Yeah, exactly. But we do keep that Shattered the Sky once he starts playing his bigger creatures. It is nice when the Luris is down, basically, and Mothra, it either comes back as a flying, then it dies. You play it with Luris, you sack it with Fiend Artisan, comes back as a flyer. Sack it with Fiend Artisan, play it with Luris. Oh, why does he keep doing that? That's so much. Who made that stupid fucking card? Wait, why didn't. Oh, because it was a flyer. Fuck.
Yeah. That's the one downside, is that the whole, if it has a flying counter, or if it's flying, it doesn't come back.
We can bring it back with this one.
Yep.
I think we just go for the discard, though. He's got so much land. Trying to keep my hand from, as long as I have the Shatter the Sky, I kind of let him try to keep discarding. Well, I build up my hand, and we can always bring Fiend Artisan back with Call of the Death Dweller.
Yeah.
Oh my fuck, how many of these stupid ass cards does an asshole have? Stupid asshole! Burglar Rat. One, two, three, four. We'll save that to try to mutate it. I don't know if we bring back a Fiend Artisan or a Burglar Rat. I think, whatever. Bring back the Fiend Artisan. It'll be like a 5/5 or some shit. So hopefully it won't get destroyed. If he plays something big, we can mutate Dirge Bat. Dirge! Oh yeah. Don't forget to like and subscribe if you're watching on Twitch, watching on Facebook, or watching on YouTube. Find me at Proximus Regent. And don't forget to love the ones you're with.
That's a good message.
Yeah. I think it's important.
Yeah, give me like 10 minutes. Sorry, I forgot that I was not muted. Yeah, 5 minutes, maybe 10.
Oh, dude, if you gotta go, it's okay. Don't feel.
Yeah, he just wants to stream. We're doing a live commander match.
Nice. Jump over, do that. I appreciate your help with the sideboard, and maybe later we'll play a couple games or something, if that's
Sure.
easier for you.
Yeah, sounds cool.
I appreciate your help with the sideboard, and I really, yes, thank you kindly, and have a wonderful day, good sir.
You too.
Thanks, buddy. Oh man, this guy has all the removal. Alright, well, still I have more life than he does. Do we play the bat? Just play the bat. Start swinging at him. Bing bang boom ba doop doop. Scoop dap doop da doop doop. Do have a lot of mana. Boop. Oh, I should have kept that plains unless I don't think he has something to discard with in here, but how did he draw so many? He keeps playing these and tapping all of his stuff. All right, that thing off of my screen. Ugh. I think I really want that Fiend Artisan back. I mean, that's the only good thing about playing the multiple brood moths is that if they go away, we can get them back because they're the. Oh my effing fuck! I don't care. I will fucking swear on that. How many of these fucking removals do they have? Gates Ablaze. We're never getting those goddamn cards back now, Terry. Okay. Oh, and this is a best of 2. I don't have the time for this. Oh, hey, there's a person there. Hello, Smashy Mini. What do you mean? Do I play with subs, like subscribers, or elaborate, please, and I will explain the best I can. Oh, yes. Yeah, for sure, man. The link to the Discord is in the YouTube comments. You're more than welcome to click join the Discord. It's an open, and I was planning on getting off soon, but I do stream later. If you want to jump on now, we can play a quick game. And let me know when you're in the Discord. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Yes, let's do it right now. Subscribe, and then click the Discord link and jump on in. And there's an open chat you can hop into. Let's see if we can maybe get the win on this. I was supposed to be doing other stuff by 4, and if I get this win, I might still have to hop off, and I'll just play a little bit more later. I'm not too worried about a couple concedes or something. So, oh, nice, dude. You'll have to post the deck list you used. I've only made it to like Platinum 1 or whatever it is. Oh man, I gotta stop talking so much while I play. I keep doing play mistakes. Plus, I've been playing for like 4 hours. So, yeah. What deck do you use? Yes, I agree. That's my favorite. I've always been a mono red aggro player. I've been trying to just be really creative lately and come up with some fun deck ideas. I think there's a lot of different options more than ever in the kind of decks that can be made. Yes, much agreed. That's the beauty of mono red is you just get more games in less time. This guy's board wipes are pretty much perfect for what I'm playing. I just don't think I'm going to be able to win against this deck. And plus I'm kind of beat, so I'm just kind of playing pretty loose. I don't know if you were watching the earlier stream, I was getting quite a bit of wins. Yeah, the guys just got board wipe after board wipe, so. Screw it. I just have stuff to do. I'm just going to play super loose, so. Nice. Yeah, man, definitely download Discord and hop on and come play anytime. We're trying to build a small community of people here. We'll build decks together, play games against each other. Here, what I'll do is I'll post my arena name right now for you. Oh, that's okay. I have lots of removal spells as well. Like I said, I'm just tired. I've been playing for almost 4 hours now. Let's scry 2 so you can get a Fiend Artisan and that 5th. Let's get the 5th land and then the Fiend Artisan. Yes, I do agree, though. Uh-oh. Yeah, that's fun. I think I should be able to kill that. There we go. No, apparently I didn't do it. Alright. So I just got stuff to do. It's all good, buddy. Let's play some games. Let me post my thing for you. And, let's jump into a couple games later when I have some more time. All right. Yeah, man, hop in anytime. I'm Proximus Regent. Don't forget to like, don't forget to subscribe, and don't forget to love the ones you with. I'll be back on a little bit later, and have a wonderful day.